So now that you've received some background on stage one, we will now switch gears and go into the template for this particular stage. So I will walk you through the template that you should have received and you should be in the process of filling out. So here we are on the title page, stage one, identifying the desired results. So as we scroll down to the next page, you can see that this is stage number one, course introduction. And this is just your basic information that's required about your course and your unit summary. So first off will be the course information. As you can see here, these are things like the subject, the class name, the time frame, grade level, if it's a district, university, organization, what type of school, textbook, and so forth. If you further scroll down, this will be for the unit information, so asking you the title, the time frame, where does it fit into the overall class, and how it will be delivered. And then you have the course design. So why are you developing this course, the time frame you have to teach it, the level of expertise. So next you will then fill out the unit summary. So the first thing you need to do is just to provide a unit overview, and this is just basically you in your own words describing the unit that you are working on. Next, you will be required to put in the professional organizations that you will be using the standards and competencies based upon. So not only will you enter their name, but their website as well as the direct URL for the standards and the competencies you are referring to. Then you will list the actual standards or competencies that will relate to this particular unit. So on the code, you're going to code it based on the organization's code. So for example, as you can see here, I've used SHRM number 9. That was the reference point for the organization that I based it upon. Now it's really important here with the coding that, that you are referring it back to the organization, and you'll see why in a moment. So next is the transfer piece. This is basically where you're describing what the student will be able to do independently when they finish this unit. And here is the tie-in between the transfers, relying it back to that competency code that we just mentioned. The next section that you will be filling out is the meaning. Here there are two separate pieces. The first one are the essential questions, and these are pretty much the thought-provoking questions that will foster transfer, meaning, and so forth. And once again, you're always going to tie that into that competency code. The second piece here is understanding. So what specifically do you want your students to understand? Once again, we're listing the understandings and we are tying it into the competency code. The next piece is acquisition, and this is broken into two subcategories, which is knowledge. So these are your basic facts or concepts they should know. Once again, we're going to list those and associate it with the proper competency code. And then we're going to do the same thing for their skills. The next page is the self-reflection, and these are just about 9 different sections that you have just filled out, and basically just trying to get your feedback on how well you think you have handled each section. And then there is a section for self-reflection, which is kind of more of a free-flowing text asking you specifically about your strengths, weaknesses, and your challenges. In addition, there is a peer review, very similar to the one you would have just filled out. And that way we can kind of do a check between what you're thinking and how you're feeling, and then what your peers are thinking about your plan as well. So this is just a quick but hopefully effective way to just kind of take you on a little guide through that stage one template.